Yeah, but have we started though, Gemm? So you haven't given me a countdown. It's the only thing that I care about, Gemm, is that you count me down into these things instead of just starting, because that'd be really awkward. And the last thing that I want is this stream to be awkward. Hello, everybody. I hope you're all as excited as I am, because we're in for some epic TF2. My name is WARHURYEAH. I'm joined by Frysk. Are you feeling frisky tonight, my friend?
Yes, a little bit. This is a match of the season, maybe, War.
And we get the honour of casting it. And I'm sure everybody is thrilled to hear my beautiful tones coming through their ears. And knowing that, oh, it's going to be an exciting game if War's casting. It will be.
Especially with that excellent intro, I gotta say.
I know. It's I mean, I don't want to say anything, but I'm a natural.
Yeah, I think you're caster of the season material.
Definitely. I mean, mainly because there's no one left. And you're bad.
Whoa.
Anyway, so this is, what is it? It's top 5 versus 7. This is what I would suggest now is the game of the season for some reason. And that might be because of the low quality of teams that we've got, but it might also be because the Frenchies have done good, which is going to be something that's going to be very interesting. It's going to be like another real big test. They defeated Champ GG and on their what would be the first big test, and they overcame them. They have been going through demos, they have been getting keen, and this might be the time where we get like a new top team.
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, this is the battle of the top of the table. Se7en, of course, are in first right now, followed by top5rocket. I mean, War, do you think this is a game that top5rocket are really going to try hard and win, or are they going to just take it easy and see how, maybe feel out Se7en? Or do you think this is go time for top5rocket?
They're going through like a phase now. You know, they're getting very, very keen. They're watching demos. The last game that I casted with top 5, which I believe was against Lemmings, Umbrak did say that they were going through demos. They were, you know, studying their opposition, which means that they could very much be fully prepared for Se7en. Having said that, there is a part of me deep down inside that feels like maybe I am, with my beautiful voice, hyping this a bit too much, and it might be just like a complete blowover.
Well, hopefully not. Yes, yeah. Exactly. I mean, I of course would love to see top5rocket maybe even just pick up a map against Se7en, bring it to a golden cap, give Se7en a run for their money. I think Se7en so far have had a more or less pretty easy season. So yeah, hopefully top5rocket are going to be able to make some exciting games here tonight.
I mean, I'm just going to go for a sneaky peek through their logs of the past few days. Let me just see what their piece. Ooh, all right. There's a 5-0 there, and yep, basically, top 5 got stomped. Okay, so ignore what I said. This might be a complete blowover, but who knows? I believe the maps are what, Product and Gully Wash. Now, yes. Gully Wash is pretty good for Se7en. Product is normally their weaker map, because they can't really dictate the pace of it so much. However, if their scouts are just ponying noobs as they normally do, it shouldn't be so bad. I mean, we do have a poll of who you think will win. If we're being a bit of a memey bunch tonight, and if you think the Frenchies are going to win, put OS Frog. And if you think Se7en are going to win, like, do that Corgi one. I don't know why we've got that. I wanted Resident Sleeper, but Turbo Tabs, who has now overtaken David the Win as the Führer of Teamfortress.tv, said no.
That, yeah, very unlucky. It was a good opportunity for some good memes, but right now we have some stats up on the stream. And I think generally between these teams, where would you say se7en, I suppose, at least just for the sake of comparison, in terms of DM, I suppose most matchups would be in favor of se7en, do you think?
Yeah, I mean, they've been stomping people. I'm just going to try and get through the season so far, which I am pressing buttons. And okay, so they've both played pretty much. Actually, no, se7en have played all the easy teams. So they've played 3 out of 6 Nunya, Lemmings, Arctic Foxes. So now they're in the area of where the difficult games are coming. So the stats are going to be a little bit more heavy for se7en, whereas I believe top 5 have, I think they've only really played champ out of all their the tough games. They've still got low panda to play as well. So it's very, very heavy, and it's expected from se7en to be so dominant in the stats, but I don't think that's necessarily going to paint or sort of represent everything.
Yeah,
I mean, we've got medic stats. I mean, no one cares about medics. Why have you got these up, Gemm? Gemm, give me the Roma stats. This is the matchup that I feels like, you know, someone that's pretty decent. You've got Callback versus we got Drac versus DD5F. DD5F is unfortunately not taking part tonight, so I'm not quite sure what's happened there. Gemm can't actually hear me, so that's probably why he's just deaf in both ears. Yeah, so Callback and Drac are probably like the best roamers I feel this season. Callback is insane. He's really, really played well this season. So I kind of feel like if it was interesting to watch 2 roamers play against each other for an hour, then I would suggest to watch these 2, but unfortunately we have to watch the other 5 from both teams.
Yeah, I mean, do you think that maybe that might actually play into the favour of top5rocket? I mean, the top5rocket scouts, of course, Neo and Blade are a pretty good scout duo, and for product, of course, scouts quite important. So do you think that maybe these scouts for top5rocket will maybe be able to come out on top against Frysk and Thalash?
It does depend. I don't think so, because Frysk coming in seems to have like not really made like a huge, massive change for se7en. It's not like when Stark wasn't playing like Scout for se7en or Crowns, like, you know, months ago and stuff like that, where they completely turned into a different team in some ways. It seems like Frysk is like settled into it quite well, and they both seem to be playing very well. So yeah, I don't think that's really gonna be something that could be matched up. Blade and Neo are really good scouts, but Frysk and Thalash are like, I don't know, maybe like on an extra set of level. I think the only way that top 5 can really beat se7en is if they have like amazing teamwork going on, and it like has to literally be perfection. That if there's going to be like any mistakes, then it's just going to be taken advantage of.
Yeah, I mean, considering that, do you think that it might be smart for top5rocket to bring out the sniper, the spy? I know Blade, in his last official, did run a bit of spy. It seemed to work out pretty well. But of course, Neo is not too bad on sniper. I don't think top run a sniper too much on product. They like to play their classes the way they normally just play them with the 2 scouts, 2 soldiers. But do you think a sniper might be effective against se7en?
No, and I don't think that they will necessarily use that at all on top 5. The good thing with top 5, and the thing that's impressed me as well, is that they don't seem to rely on off-classing or anything like that. They just seem to control the game by teamwork and their soldiers and their scouts and everybody playing on the same level and wavelengths, to use like a really crappy terminology. Hold on, I'm just doing some drugs on stream.
But I mean, Do you think that for top 5 rocket to maybe hope to take a map here, who do you think will come down to maybe an individual performance from a soldier or scout? Of course, we talked about Korvac being a very strong soldier. Do you think it might be down to just somebody on top 5 rocket to really step up and just make some plays happen and create opportunities for their team?
They'd have to carry hard. So no, I don't think that would be likely. I think it would just be a case of how much they prepared for the game. Like this, like when you're sort of like at this point where you're on the brink of becoming like a really good team, you've got to be able to like have your own defined play style that everybody on your team's comfortable with, and two, you've got to be able to like know and learn what the other top teams around the same level are going to be doing as well. Like if you're going to be constantly surprised by everything that they do, you're going to be like awful. You need to sort of like know what the likelihoods of, like on the first map's Viaduct, by the looks of things. So you got to like know whether or not they favor suicide waves, or if they want to try and send everybody in to try and go for forces and stuff like that, or if they just try and take out a sniper and push slowly to try and force out an Uber and stuff like that. So those are the kind of things that will like give them the ability to win, not individual performances.
So you think that might favor se7en? Would it favor them on product or Gullywash? I mean, if top 5 rocket are hoping to take any points away from this matchup, what map do you think that they'd be able to? Considering se7en pretty strong on Gullywash historically, at least some of their players, the core of the team that's been around for a while.
It would have to be Viaduct, definitely. I mean, like Gullywash isn't sort of like a map that I feel a team can be properly dominant on. I feel like it's always, I mean, you can always like come back from it, and because it's a 5 CP map, you can still do different things, and there is a little bit of creativity that's able to be like put up and stuff. But on Viaduct, it can be very, very messy, and I think as well quite a few teams can get sort of like surprised by the format still. I know it sounds weird, but they kind of like, and I remember, I think it was not last season, maybe the season before, because I think Cadus was casting it as well, where se7en or Crowns were incredibly shaky throughout the entirety of like Viaduct. Actually, it might have been I can't remember. Who cares? It was a time when Cadus wasn't coaching them for like a small amount of time. I mean, they had Spud. I think it was against Lego, where they were just sort of like letting Lego get onto the point and just tease it and cap it, and then it just got time brought down. And it seems like every single round that they lost on Viaduct was just a matter of seconds. Like, I think this is probably why this map can be a little bit easier to take points off. But if Crowns like are allowed to play their normal way and can become incredibly dominant, and they're not able to like pressure the scouts enough, this could be like really, really bad. Because I think the forward hold from se7en will be insanely efficient.
Yeah, I mean, considering forward holds, I mean, what can you do? Are we going to see a lot of pyro maybe coming out of top 5 rocket to break this, or
like the whole pyro thing? I'm not really a big fan of, because it just seems to be all you're doing is just like pushing some people out into like an Uber, and you're not really doing much. But I prefer like people to just go the opposite side, buff up the flank, and just try and kill the Dowerman. Because if you get a Dowerman pick, because he's normally solo on the right side, then it's going to be very, very hard for them to defend the point. But yeah, they might run pyro. I know Crowns will, sorry, se7en will, but top 5, I'm not really too sure. I can't remember the last time I played on this. There's also a really big chance that it might run Vaccinator for the duration as well, because they're actually a pretty good Vaccinator team. They can run it quite efficiently. So that could also be something that could work well for them as well. I mean, if they're running a sniper and they know they're going to have one soldier and a Dowerman, they've only got 2 explosive classes, so bullet resistance will be really, really good.
Yeah, I mean, do you expect to? I mean, but I'd say Vaccinator on product, maybe a little bit less used. But do you expect more Vaccinator to be used on Gully Wash?
Yeah, it would definitely be used a lot on Gully Wash. I feel Viaduct could possibly be a nice, like a map to try Vaccinator on, because it is most cases like well, Viaduct is just literally like a DM fest most of the time, unless one of the teams is going to go for the really, really old kind of like, okay, we don't have Uber advantage, everybody go in and suicide. I feel like against a Vaccinator, there's no point of doing that at all. And obviously because it is kind of new, not many people are running it outside of last points. This might be the time to do it, but who knows? They might just run standard, but I'm just trying to think. I think I remember a team always running Vaccinator or running Vaccinator throughout on Viaduct. I'm going to have a check on it because it's annoying me.
Yeah, well, there are 12 players in the server, so we should be starting fairly soon. I mean, maybe give us some cheeky predictions for this map.
So I really want to say top 5 are going to win, but I know my hearts of hearts that they aren't, and it's going to be like 3-1 to 7.
Yeah, I would probably say the same. I feel like Viaduct can certainly be close. I mean, even if it is a 3-1 scoreline, the rounds themselves can be down to the wire with no time left on either side. But I mean, do you think top5rocket might be able to do something a little bit more on Gully Wash?
Probably not, but they're started now anyway. Ali's going to get really, really weak straight away. There's 2 soldier bombs from se7en, and it is the scouts from se7en that are plowing forward. They literally just take out 2, and that's it. The aggression is stopped. I think there was a jump from Drak that completely flummoxed everybody on se7en. No, sorry, on top 5.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose the only saving grace was both medics are alive, or else the medic for top5rocket is alive, so they will have a supercharge to work with. And they're looking to make their way in here. Medico trying to get some spam here from this cliff area. But right now they're trying to get some time on the point contesting this, but it looks like se7en are just letting them kind of take some positioning, but they are doing a good bit of damage here. Namtak falling quite weak, and actually will have to back up as Medico gets picked up there from Captain. But the overcharge has been forced out here from Raymond. Umbrak popping his as well, so no price happening right now. But Medico and Korvac are down here for top5rocket, so it's not the best situation. se7en might actually be able to get in here and pick up the frags, as I think that's Captain who's just jumped in there. Or no, that was Drak. He's actually picked up Namtak, and it looks like he might be able to try a forward hold here. But as I say that, Umbrak and his Korvac pocket soldier might be able to come in on this left side.
I think the Uber exchange, they sent 2 soldiers in to go for a force, and I really don't think you need to do that. When you don't have the point, your spawns are a lot quicker. So going for a trade to just get the Uber off and then sending a solid behind, Korvac is going to go in deep onto their China, and Raymond is just... Oh my goodness. Oh my god, he survived.
Wow, yeah, but the Scouts just cleaning up Korvac and Blade there, and Ali is pretty weak on the point, but he will be helped out here from Piscari, and Namtak actually will go down, so it looks like top5rocket won't be able to take any sort of fight here. They're just holding on this cliff area, ching some spam as they wait for their spawners. But yeah, that was a good play from se7en, and they will take this point, and already, I mean, it's 1 minute and 20 seconds left in the point. I mean, it looks like top5rocket might want to do something here, as Korvac trying to jump in here on this side on left, but pulls us back out, and he's just saying some spam for now. Raymond does want to bring the overcharge in, and he will, and Umbrak is trying to keep his overcharge, but finally will actually pop this as well, so there will be a small trade on the point as Neo gets picked up from Ali, and it looks like Drak is in trying to get something done. He actually picks up Namtak, and Ali's in as well, trying to follow up on this damage. Will pick up Korvac. It's just Umbrak and Blade. They're so weak, and surely Captain will be able to pick up this medic.
Oh my god, Raymond hits him with an arrow he was going to get out. Because I remember as well something that the Duke from Raymond in-house reminded me, I think when it might have been against Lego, he only had like 2 deaths. So his survivability on this map and understanding of when to get out is really, really good and very important. So it's going to be very, very difficult. And Callback is going to go in again, tries to go into Raymond, but just dies. Namtak is going in solo as well, so this is just like a 1-by-1 feed. It's a good job that they don't really...
Drak into Bombrak actually on top of Rocket side of the map. I'm not sure. I saw 2 scouts who were just onto Drak, but he managed to pick up the kill, so a bit sloppy maybe from those scouts, but I mean, what do you think of these just solo bombs that... I mean...
The solo bombs are, like... There's nothing wrong with them. Well, there is. You don't go in 1-by-1, but Callback went in, and then Namtak went in after. Blade's gone Spy with only 10 seconds remaining, so I don't know what he's going to plan to do here. Maybe he's going to sneakily get onto the point and get off it.
Perhaps, as they actually won't be able to get any time, so the first round pretty comfortably going for 7 more.
Yep, that's that was disappointing spy play. There was no 6-man backstab chain there as I was expecting, but Blades really let me down.
Yeah, as we get to our second mid fight right now, both teams just standard exchange the spam at the first, but as you see, both soldiers at top5rocket trying to get in here. Drak falling very weak, will get picked up. Starry going weak as well, but Blade gets picked up there from a pipe from Ali, and I mean, there's a couple of weak players here on top5rocket, but it looks like se7en might have the better positioning. Neo trying to pressure here into Ali, but actually will get picked up by Piscari, and at the moment it looks like Amrak and Namtak might just have to back out here.
And it's Callback who's going in, trying to kill Raymond, and again, I think that's like, what, maybe the 3rd or 4th bomb now, where Raymond just survives, like, on about 20 HP or less from Callback. I would have been tilting off the face of the earth if I was him.
Yeah, but did manage to escape there from that Callback soldier, but at the moment, top5rocket taking some positioning on this point. Medico falling very weak, but will have the Uber charge from his medic, and Callback and the rest of the team will jump behind. Namtak falling very weak. It looks like Amrak has flashes Uber a lot, so there's a better Uber charge here for se7en. The last picking up Medico, it's a good first kill. Blade being very aggressive there, but it looks like Callback wants to follow up. He will pick up Captain, but will also get taken down, and it looks like top5rocket again are just lost too many players and back at this cliff area.
It's so good from se7en right now. Like the when the Uber gets exchanged, it's like most of the time it's just kept solo. During the last few moments, Thalas just comes in to get a flash and to try and apply pressure. He's able to take out Medico, and then afterwards Drak just comes in to just keep on putting pressure on him. It's really, really well done. The coordination is just unreal. Callback is going to go in on the flank as well, and they're sending 2 to try and kill Drak. So it's 2 versus 1. They now have the flank control, so they're going to try and start going behind to see if they can just buy time to get pressure on the point.
Yeah, that was a good play from the, I think that was Callback who went in there, but Raymond with the surf might get picked up, but he actually won't. Namtak though, he's trying to get in here with some sticky bombs, but he will take a lot of damage, might have to back out here.
He's just surfing everything. Like, he's got to be hacking.
Perhaps, but that's maybe unlikely, but I mean, both medics have their Uber charge. Ali, I'll jump into the air there, but the Uber charge will come out of Raymond here. Not showing down to Neo though, so we'll have to see how se7en will play this. Amrak did fall very weak, and the Uber has faded, so Raymond getting picked up by Neo actually. It looks like the soldiers though for se7en are just doing so much damage, and it looks like the scouts are now just going to come here and clean up, so Piscari might be able to take this fight here with Callback, and he will actually pick him up, so it's just Amrak, and surely will get taken down.
Oh man, that was actually looking really good from top 5. Like the initial Uber exchange, I think the rest had like relocated on concrete. And I think it was Captain that was going behind that was expecting him to be all on the point, so they managed to juke him, but they just got out DM'd on the left. It was really good because the Uber exchange was fine. I believe it was Neo that managed to take out a scout like during that Uber exchange as well. So this is what they need to be doing. They need to be more proactive in the Ubers to sort of try and make an advantage out of the situation. They've got more time in it anyway, so it's not all bad. It's still a standard setup, but Raymond does have Uber advantage. Callback again, he's just going to go on the left side. Blade is with him, but there's 3 from se7en that are actually going to try and meet them, and it's shut down.
Yeah, Namtak getting a really good kill there, or not Namtak, I should say. Ali picking up Namtak with a really good pipe, and I mean the rest of the top5rocket squad just falling. I mean they tried that play again more, where they tried to send a soldier in with Blade on the left side, but it didn't work out. So
yeah, it was really good. It was just like, as soon as that happened, it was, I think, yeah, they had like 3 players initially just turn around and go back for them, and they just got crushed, and then they just went back straight back to mid and started fighting again. So now, as the forward told, Callback has gone pyro. But then they've got a scout, so it's not the normal 2 soldiers that you expect because Drac is sitting on main. He's able to jump around and he takes out Callback.
Yeah, Medico getting caught in though. I mean, he managed to pick up Thalash, who was holding pretty close there. Blade getting caught in this house area may get picked up. He's quite weak, but I mean, it looks like Drac somehow is all the way behind. I didn't even see that, but he somehow stayed alive. He actually should he gets picked out here, and he will. I think he did force. Yeah, he did indeed force the Uber, so he will have that full Uber advantage to work with. His Corback looks like he wanted to do something there on Cliff, managed to get denied, and the Uber charge here will come in for se7en. Namtak getting picked up, but it looks like Neo and Blade are behind, and they're trying to get this Piscari pick here. Feeling very weak, and I mean the rest of se7en brought back here.
Oh my god, Piscari kills Neo. Like it was, I think like Piscari's about what 20 HP. Neo was like 100, and he loses the 1v1.
Wow, I mean Piscari is a really solid scout. I think I'd give the DM to Piscari any day, but I mean it looks like top5rocket just trying to get in here. There's just seconds on the clock here for this control point, and I mean the time is ticking down, and it looks like they won't be able to do anything. So 2-0 here for se7en.
This is painful for me, and I'm sure everybody else. I expected it to be a lot closer, but at the moment this is just like se7en's transitions from like different scenarios and reading the situations like pre-Uber, post-Uber are just really, really good. They're so fast that they're just ready for absolutely everything.
Both soldiers though of se7en and all the way behind super early. I mean it looks like Captain wants to get on to the medic here, but Umbrak actually will get picked up, and wow, Raymond going down as well, so it's just Drac here, very weak, is behind at the moment. And for the moment he might be able to stay alive, but Umbrak did go down as well, so we will see more or less equal Uber charges.
Yeah, Blade's for the sniper as well. I don't know if that's gonna... Oh, Thalash responds by going spy, or is he just checking for crits? Yeah, he's checking for crits.
Medico just got a huge air shot onto Drac actually in the back lines, but at the moment...
Right, they know Umbrak's running crits and se7en know it because Thalash checked, and he's gone Pyro to address the crit situation. So this is a strat we're seeing right now.
Yeah, I haven't seen this before, but I mean it might work out. Surely they've practiced this of course in scrims, but it looks like Drac wanted to go in onto Namtak. He wanted to pick up the kill, but Ali will follow up. Ali and Piscari actually going down. Blade and a sniper. It's the first sniper we see from top5rocket as Raymond and Captain just have to back out.
They didn't even need to use, actually well, it didn't matter that they had crits because they had Girati, and that really does help them take out Demon. I think it was a scout as well. So now they still know they've got crits, they almost have Uber, so they're going to start moving forward. I think they're just going to bank on the fact that they will get it by that time. There's no Pyro anymore either, which is interesting.
Yeah, Ali going down as well, Neo getting
so
that frag. But yeah, the crits have been popped, no frags as of yet, as Raymond falling very far back, of course, doesn't want to get picked up here. But Raymond will be coming up on his Uber charge at the moment, and it looks like se7en probably want to take this in here. As is of course Umbrak still running that Kritzkrieg. They are poised around this cliff area. They will use the Uber charge. Ali has jumped in, but it looks like the rest of top5rocket trying to get out there in this cliff area. They could pick up the frags here, but it looks like top5rocket for now will be more or less be able to make it to safety. Medico getting picked up, but it will trade with Drac.
Corbat's gone scout as well because Blade's gone sniper, so it's a classic case of the soldier switching off. Now one of two things will happen. He will either pound, it will do nothing.
Yeah,
and he's in a 1v1 against Thalash, so well, Thalash runs away and he gets headshot by Blade.
Yeah, this Blade sniper, it's been okay, I suppose. I think Clash actually took a huge 1v1 against I'm not sure who that was. I think it was Corback, but Blade actually will get picked up a bit out of position there as the rest of his team trying to get some positioning. But I mean, Drac has gone behind, and I'm not sure if he's been called. He gets some good damage here onto Umbrak. The crit system pop, Piscari gets picked up. But Ali is going down as well, and looks like Drac wasn't able to make anything happen, but a spam rocket, I think, from Captain actually picks up Umbrak, so Raymond will be able to escape with full Uber charge.
Yeah, it was really unfortunate for Drac though. I think he popped a soldier out and the splash bug stopped him from collecting the frag, because that was pretty easy. He would have just traded anyway, because I think they launched rockets at the same time, but it's a full Uber advantage. It's still a minute advantage for top5. If they deal with the Uber the same way they did last time, they're in a good position, I feel. And I think, is it still crits? Yeah, Umbrak's still running crits as well.
Yeah, se7en, I mean, they're going to be able to take this point back, and Drac is just in deep onto Blade here, and he actually will get picked up. Ali there picking up the frag, and Medico will clean up Drac at the moment, so one down for each team here. Blade was sniper, so I mean, it looks like se7en just want to wait for top5rocket to do something as Medico goes in for a huge bomb and picks up the lash on Cliff, and he actually just slams him. But meanwhile, Korvac and Neo getting picked up, so Medico is behind. He might be able to make something happen. But it looks like se7en have just managed to completely wipe top5rocket.
This is one of the problems. I think most of the time Raymond does survive in these fights because there's always a scout with him that's just going to run him out. This time there was nothing for top5, so it was just kind of Umbrak was left stranded with a lowly sniper. Medico is behind, and I don't know if they are aware. Well, they do now because he tries to 1v1 Thalash.
I think Frysk was aware, but yeah, at the moment we see, I mean, the rest of top5rocket is trying to go in here. I mean, I'm not sure if this is the right choice. His Korvac is taking a lot of damage, but Neo actually will pick up that frag. It's 2 down right now for top5rocket, but of course they do have that numbers advantage. The lash falling very weak as well, but it's just Umbrak and a scout, so Ali will pick up the frag over 5 there from Ali. So I mean, Umbrak rotating onto his right side with his demo man, followed by Medico, and I mean, at the moment it's just 7 spawners coming in, but we'll have their numbers up. Neo just coming up here, but I mean, top5rocket, they pretty much have a clock equal here with 7, so they might look to make a play right now, as both Uber charges are up here for both medics. As I say, Uber charge, it was actually the crits here from Namtak, won't be able to pick up anything as the Uber charge coming in for 7, and it looks like Umbrak might get caught out here, and he will. So I mean, there's so many weak players here for top5rocket. It looks like Korvac was in onto Raymond, but Raymond will get the surf.
It's just, yeah, it's so good. Like, they all push up together when they have Uber, even the flank. And they don't go in deep because they know that, you know, there is still a chance that they could turn it around. So they just collect the frag that they needed, and they all just instantly just go back to mid. You can see them now, they're all in a default position. Like, they're not even risking a forward hold, they're just... Yeah, it's absolutely flawless. Drac has gone behind again, unnoticed, just kills Umbrak. And this is it.
Drac's doing so much work, and Namtak then getting cleaned up by Captain. That was really good from Drac at the end of that round.
That was, like, I don't know. I feel dirty.
That's one way to describe this game, and that's...
Like, I don't know what I've just witnessed, but I feel like I've just witnessed something that I'll never forget from the internet. You know, like, someone shows you a video, and it's just like, oh my goodness, like, one of those. It's just, what the hell was that? It was an absolute dismantling, like, and Crowns played... Sorry, I keep on calling them Crowns. So se7en played just so good.
Yeah, but I think right now, though, we should take a look at some logs.
Ali's got 500 DPM, which I guess is sort of what you'd expect when you have majority hills and you're pounding so hard. But everybody just... I don't know, there's no real reason for me to sort of like dissect the logs because it was a stomp. They just got completely out-DM'd, and I wouldn't say actually it's a major out-DM, but there were quite a few sections where there were even fights that top5 managed to like take the advantage. But I feel like just everything from, as I was mentioned, from different positions, like from Ubers and then the fights afterwards, they were just so like well positioned that it was just impossible for top5 to do anything. Like even their flank, whenever there was a chance that they were sending people behind, they all just completely reacted to it perfectly. They just completely shut it down. And Drac was just absolutely pounding behind. I mean, it's the same thing again where he doesn't really do anything like amazingly flashy or have like insane stats, but just the fact that he's able to just sneak behind everyone and just completely wail on them is just ridiculous. I mean, especially on that last moment where he just goes behind, like undetected, and just takes out what, like 3-4 players. Yeah. It's just something that just completely crushes you, and I think it's like really, really good. And Aroma can sort of do this where you'll have like a really strong position, you'll think you'll have it, and they will just literally, you know, the Rome will just come swooping in and just poo all over your plans and everything.
Yeah, like, I mean, as well, I should mention Raymond, only 3 deaths compared to Umbrak's 9. I mean, as he said, I think during that game, their post-Ubers were better for se7en, and as he said, like, this is always a scout with Raymond, so he's able to stay alive a lot more than Umbrak. So I suppose maybe that is what prompted the decision from top5rocket to run these Kritzkriegs. And I mean, the Kritzkriegs didn't really work out at all. I don't think they got any kills really with any Kritzkriegs. So I suppose that just played into se7en's hands as they just ran that standard Uber charge.
Yeah, I feel like one of the problems with running crits on these maps, and in maps in general anymore, I think it's because teams can check what the medic is running. I don't know. I don't know. There's no way it's going to get banned because obviously it's something that's like just a part of it. But I kind of feel like it kind of ruins the surprise factor most of the time because a team can always just quickly swap out a class, check. And I kind of feel like that's what might have thwarted it from top 5. It was like a Hail Mary play, but because se7en already knew it was happening, it's not really got a surprise factor, which is what crits is for. But anyway, the crits is difficult, and like on Viaduct anyway, when they know that you have it, and you're kind of like on the back foot throughout the whole thing. I mean, I couldn't imagine it, like in hindsight, any crits being successful, just because of how well se7en had positioned themselves and their reaction to different situations were.
Yeah, I mean, I just noticed right now the logs on stream, Viscari getting 10 frags onto Korvac. That's I mean, wow, that's quite a lot of denial from a scout onto Korvac. I mean, as you saw, Korvac, he did make some aggressive rocket jumps that game, trying to get onto Raymond, getting into the combo, but I mean, it didn't really work out. Of course, they did try that play using, I think it was Korvac and Blade who would try to get behind and pick up track, but I think that only worked once. I think se7en copped onto it after the first one, so...
I think when it happened, Jack just jumped back. He just did a small rocket jump to just sort of move back and not get picked. Like, most of the time, like, you'll see roamers or something, when they're getting, like, aggressed on the flank, they'll try and take the fight, whereas Jack just goes, nah, I'll just leave. And then that's it. So, like, they don't get the frag, they still have that player in that really good position anyway, and they're still going to be distracted fighting just Drac on his own. He's just buying time for support to come and help him. So it's, yeah, the whole thing is well played. I mean, I can't see the stats for some reason. It makes me sad, but who cares?
But, like, I mean, considering that brutal wipe, or not wipe, but just roll on Viaduct, I mean, do you think it's possible for top5rocket to, you know, just find it within themselves to keep their head up for this next map, Gully Wash? Do you think they'll be able to do something, or is that just... Is losing in such a fashion just too much of a disadvantage really for the next map?
I believe when they last played together in a PCW, they got 5-0'd in 21 minutes. So we'll find out. I don't think it's gonna make them a huge difference, if I'm honest. I think that they will struggle, and I mean, what was it? They actually lost 6-2 against Arctic Fox some scrims as well. This is this is top 5, so they've been having mixed results recently. I'm just looking at another one, and they got 5-0'd again on Gully Wash, which took 13 minutes. So they might have been favouring Viaduct, product, and that ship has sailed. So this map might be more of the same.
Yeah, absolutely, but I think they have readied up. If you are just joining us, this is ETF2L Season 26 Premiership Week 5, se7en versus top5rocket, as we go to our first mid fight. Both them men rolling out this big door, or I say Namtak actually going for this choke rollout. But I mean, both teams just looking what other teams are wanting to do, and they're just getting some spam at the moment, but Cap's taking a lot of damage early on and will get picked up by Korvac, but Medico as well going down, so there's both soldiers down here for top5rocket, as se7en look like they have better positioning here to get this mid-fight, as Namtak is at big door, quite out alone. He could get picked up here, as Blade gets picked up by Thalash, so they have lost so many players, they're just going to have to back out.
Medico got absolutely destroyed. And yeah, this is just a destroyed round. But there was it was Medico and Corbat that was gonna jump, and I don't think Medico even poked his head over like the side of mid, and like both scouts just instantly turned and he just disappeared.
Yeah, and se7en are just immediately taking this to last, and I think that's about that round was about 1 minute long.
This is the problem with WARHURYEAH when there's a team that is decisively more dominant, because of how short distances from mid to last. Like, it can be an absolute like pound. It really can, because you can literally, if you win mid, you can have heavies last, scouts just cap it away, and that's it.
Oh, but Corback onto Ali came up drop down and was actually able to pick up the frag, so Medico's following up here, but he hasn't really been able to do much as I mean, there's a lot of weak players on se7en, and it's just a matter of can top5rocket get in here and get the frags. Raymond was avoiding so much damage, but will get picked up, and it looks like Neo just cleaning up Namtak, then picking up Raymond. So wow, a really dominant mid here for top5rocket.
Yeah, they did it. They took out Ali at the start. That was it. Medico did, he didn't do too much on that mid, but he did stay alive. And Ombrak says, never seen an easier game of my life. Captain replies with a fat 69. Oh wow, he shut that down.
Good memes in chat from both teams.
Yeah, with a good old sexual reference. It's a good job it's past the watershed.
Yeah, well, at the moment, Omrak will have this full Uber advantage, so they can take their time in deciding what they want to do, but it looks like they want to just Uber Neo here through this main area. They're trying to get onto this heavy, but at the moment, Frysk has been doing a pretty good job of dragging out this Uber charge, and I mean, there's two players in water. I think it's Ali and Drak, been able to actually just fend off the aggression here from Corback and Neo, and it's just Namtak and Omrak, so I mean, I don't think they'll be able to do anything as Drak comes in here behind and will pick up Neo, or Namtak surely, and he will get the fat air shot, as Ombrak has already pieced out all the way to mid.
That was absolutely dreadful. Like, I don't know what the hell was going on. Like, Neo just sort of goes in, it was like a solo Uber, everything else was just busy with a pyro, and it was just Neo just trying to shoot the heavy, and it's like, you're not necessarily going to win that because arrows are overpowered, so you have to hit like every single shot perfectly. Raymond gets taken out, so this is actually a saving grace for them, because then they're going to have 50% advantage. If I was them, there are some players that are weak, but they should really just sort of, yeah, they let them take it. They can just retake it. Frysk gets pinned down.
That's a full wipe, so I mean, they're looking to go all the way into last at the moment. Medico is on the point. It's just Raymond alive. That was a little bit of an uncharacteristic death from Raymond, do you think, getting caught out there? But it looks like they actually will be able to walk in the point and take that.
Not necessarily, I wouldn't say it's uncharacteristic, to be honest. It was just a mistake. To be honest, props to them, because they actually did push out. They could have just turtled it for like 30 minutes and we would have just ended up killing ourselves, but they actually go for it, so maybe they'll learn the lesson and they won't push next time.
Yeah, getting a bit adventurous pushing in this game. Can you believe it, or? But I mean, we're at our third mid fight right now. Looks like the soldiers of se7en trying to get some early damage, but they will drop onto this floor. Drak going very weak, and Corback hitting Raymond again. So I mean, it looks like this could be a good hit mid here for top5rocket, but of course Ombrak was very weak, and I mean, Medico as well.
So many players that are weak on the left side. Drak is like 9 HP, Thalash is on like 5th, and they still win it.
Yeah, I mean, it's a bit surprising. I mean, both teams were so weak at the same time, and it looks like se7en were just able to pick up the frags at the end. I mean, do you think that I mean, top5rocket could have done more to stay in that fight, or do they just have to back out?
Oh no, but I want to know where the scouts were. They didn't die either. The scouts were just missing. Like, I thought that was really strange, because they had the player advantage, and there were so many people that were weak from se7en. I was really confused as to why they weren't winning it. And the scouts, for some reason, had just disappeared. I don't know if they were weak, I don't remember it, but Ombrak's got Uber, so they go out, drop down. It would be really good if there's Uber here. So there's definitely going to be there's a double soldier back cap. Nobody expects the double soldier back cap.
Medico, though, is cleaning off the outmatch to pick up Drak, and the captain will go down as well. Corback was actually still in mid, but he actually somehow manages to escape. I mean, he's right on to Raymond here, but surely he get picked up. He's so weak. He'll actually get killed there by Ali. So, I mean, Raymond as well, quite weak, so they will just, se7en will just back out here to the second, as Ombrak does have the overcharge, but not really big enough advantage for them to do anything, as you might see a little bit of a stalemate here.
Yeah. One thing as well, going back to the mid, is Corback was, and both of the solids had like a really good position. Like, I think it was Corback that just went right side, went through the elbow, and just took out Raven straight away and did so much damage. I think that's why I was surprised that they still lost, because he was absolutely pounding, but his team was nowhere to be seen. Anyway, yeah, we might have a bit of a slowdown, but I don't think it's really good for top 5 to do it, but they're going to have to now because Namtak dies.
Yeah, classic overextending as from the demo, but I mean, se7en are just showing up here in this big door, Drac jumping through, trying to create some space for his team. I mean, it looks like they're not really committing yet. I mean, Captain getting picked up there, Medico will go down as well, so I mean, but no soldiers for se7en at the moment, so it might be hard for se7en to keep this up, and as I say that, they will actually just back out here, but it looks like Kalash might get a kill here onto the scout and choke, but he will manage to escape as the rest of top5rocket are coming around here to this big door area. Mio is trying to get in here onto Ali. I mean, no progress happening yet as they have just managed to bring this all the way in. Raymond has used his uber charge, Onbrack finally using his. It's a much better uber charge here for top5rocket as we'll pick up Ali finally, and it looks like Raymond might get caught out here. He's very weak, but I mean, they just somehow won't be able to get that frag, and I mean, Namtak and Neo going down, the rest of top5rocket are quite weak, and wow, that's just complete domination from se7en.
That is ridiculous. It was looking so good from top 5. They do everything so well. Like, even when Thalash was trying to peek through choke and Blade was there, he doesn't take the 1v1. Like, even when they were sort of like even health, they both had taken quite a bit of damage. He just backs off straight away because he knows that if he dies, then it's going to be completely destroyed what their team's doing. They uber early. They even get like a decent post-uber position, but I kind of feel like that as soon as they started backing out through like to choke, trying to be a bit more defensive, it was just not going to work. They needed to sort of like be a little bit more aggressive, get on top of the point, because they still had choke control with their own team, so they had a few players around it, but as soon as they bunched up into that position, it was just going to be over.
Yeah, but right now though, we do see Blade on this sniper. I mean, he was playing okay on Viaduct. We'll have to see if we'll be able to make anything happen. He's watching this big door as se7en looking to get in here. I mean, Captain, I think he peaked choke there, and Namtak just picked him up with the sticky trap, so Drac is well going down, so no soda to se7en. I mean,
again,
this might...
both the soldiers have been just like dying. Solo, both. This is like the second time now. They, well, top 5 don't exactly act on it because they didn't last time, but they really should be going more aggressive. I think like they're giving him a little bit too much respect here.
Yeah, I mean, but they are poised around this choke area. They look like they want to bring the supercharge in, and I mean, Captain might get caught out here. He's got to get some damage onto Onbrack, and will force that uber charge. Raymond safely will be able to pop off his uber, but Draco's down, so again, no soldiers for se7en. Medico getting behind as well. Blade's still running that sniper, but for right now, I think it looks like se7en might be able to just get out here pretty safely, but Medico getting caught out in the Slavy area might stun some aggression from top5rocket.
One thing to note, instant sentry, as soon as they lose it and they know they're backing out last, Thalash just swaps to engineer and just gets the sentry up straight away. But this means that anybody that, if they try and even bother to try and chase for last and just go for it, like they're just going to be met by like a sentry straight away. And it's actually really good in these situations to just, yeah, all you scrub lords out there watching this should learn. When you have everybody that knows like all their positions and their roles by default, like it's so easy. Like it's just so easy to know what went right, what went wrong, and what you need to do better next time. But we've got actually a spy from callback as well, so it's a sniper and spy. This has to kind of work. If it doesn't work, they're literally going to be 2 players that are just going to be food.
Yeah, I mean, you could argue maybe they see the Blade sniper, they might just not suspect a spy, but I don't think they are spy checking at the moment. Callback could have a good opportunity here, but of course they do have this heavy. I think it looks like Piscari might be aware of a spy, but I mean, what do you think? Korvac might have a hard time getting a pick onto Raymond here.
Yeah, it's going to be difficult. If he's on the barrel, so he's in a good position. I feel like now they really have to be like aggressive on top 5. Maybe just try and fake a riverside push or something. The thing is that Blade dies, so they might even suspect that he's going to go spy. So, you know, it's going to be like a double bluff now. Like he's just sitting there, perched onto his oil barrels like a hawk, waiting for his prey. Medico's going to go in, and he's uncloaking now, and he gets it.
He actually gets the stab. That was such good coordination from Medico. He just goes in, and Raymond thinks he's safe, but no. Wow, good patience from Korvac actually picking up that medic. So, I mean, Omrak will have the supercharge. They're just going to wait for their spawners, and I mean, this could be a really good chance here for top5rocket.
That was really good. That was so well coordinated. That was, and yeah, it's good. Like being able to just have some bombing in. Like you lose two, but you gain a full fat advantage. Now the only problem is that even defending last without with a full Uber, there is the teleporter. We might see a teleport. This is it.
Talash has been watching Mookie's demos.
He has. He's been studying them, like I'm sure everybody else has. Are they going to go for that door though?
But no, he actually won't. Talash has swapped off the sniper, and they will bring the supercharge in. No Fryk's happening just yet. I mean, Neo wants to play this point, but I mean, they're just getting so much damage onto 7. I mean, Korvac and Blade going down, but I mean, this could still work out. They have a few weak players in 7, but at the same time, Namtak and Neo are so weak, and
they don't know where Ali is. That was
yeah,
like a Blade? No, sorry, Neo was. He was going to go top right, so it seems like he didn't know what he was meant to do anyway. He then goes down into water. He doesn't see Ali. It's just Drac there because Ali's in secret, and I kind of feel like that's like too much pressure on it. When you have a full advantage, you need to really go for frags as much as you can, and I think they aren't going in with enough like force there. But they were too weak on some players. It just felt like it was a scout only.
Yeah, Blade just running in onto Raymond. The one actually get picked up, but I mean Blade is caught behind right now, so. But I think Raymond didn't actually see that, but I think he did use his supercharge, so I mean Sky will get that pick onto Blade, but Umbrak will have a pretty big advantage to work with. But it's hard to say if they will go with this. I mean, they are a man down. Looks like Captain wants to get in and do something, but will just get stuffed by Neo. I mean, do you think they could just go in right now with this, or do you think they're just going to wait for the supercharge?
There's no rush for them to do it. Well, they're going in actually. They're going to get it on the way, so I guess technically they did do that. Umbrak is really weak though. He's now got it now. If he Ubers, this is going to be really poor. And Umbrak is holding it. Piscari tries to go in as well. This is actually kind of uncharacteristic for 7 because they feeling like their solis are just sort of diving in all the time.
Flash getting picked up as well. Umbrak though, so weak. Ali actually nearly got the drop onto him, but Umbrak just popped.
Oh my god, oh my goodness. If he gets out, I'm going to kill him. No, he's alright. Oh, that was just so good, those jukes.
Yeah, top5rocket are in right now onto the last. I mean, they look like they want to go, but 7 do have some players up. Ali's so weak, he's 3 HP. I just can't believe he managed to stay alive there.
This is really, really bad. They can still go. Look, they're waiting for the Uber. Like, they still don't have a medic up. And, like, they've only just spawned him now. Any damage that you do isn't going to be able to be regenerated. They're going to have to go back into respawn, and that is one less player that's going to be able to defend last.
Yeah,
like, they're giving him too much respect.
Yeah, absolutely, and this is really just giving them the chance for Thalash to swap off to this heavy, and of course they have this heavy running. But I say Thalash on the pyro and Piscari on this heavy, so Piscari actually will suspect the spy this time, but top5rocket won't be running that, so Umbrak will be coming up in his supercharge, and they want to be going through this shutter area, and they have brought this supercharge in, and they're trying to get some down to Thalash, and he will go down almost immediately. Captain on this balcony area behind, but they will chase the rest of 7 into this to their spawn, but they are getting a lot of time on the point here, and this could go for top5rocket. But I mean, Neo, Namtak, and Medical getting picked up, so it's just Korvac, and what can he do? I mean, there's a few weak players on 7. He will pick up the frag onto Captain, but it's just Umbrak, and I don't think they know he's behind, and he might actually get this.
Oh my god!
Oh
my
no!
Goodness gracious me!
Oh my god! It worked.
That's so good. When he goes up and he just sort of hangs there and just watches them leave, because you know if he gets on it now they'll just turn around, and oh my goodness gracious me.
That is...
Like, this is what I mean, like they've been playing really, really strange on this map. Like both of the soldiers just doing uncharacteristic feeds one by one. And now a back cap.
Yeah, well, Drac going really fast up on that drop-down area will actually pick up the medic, or the demo man of top5rocket, but right now there's a lot of weak players in 7, but I mean 3 players have been killed here on top5rocket, so won't be able to contest this mid-fight. But it looks like 7 just want to take this all the way. I mean, they could convert this into a round at the moment, but I'm back to get out alive, so we'll have pretty much equal Uber charges, but I mean 7 are pretty eager to go. I mean, they're already in lobby. He might just want to take this in as Captain just jumps in. He's trying to do something, maybe just a distraction. He will just jump back out of here onto river. But 7 are just going to hold outside for now.
So I'm still sort of feeling it from the back cap. That's like raw. That's literally what is it? Jasmine T something from Rewind. Just a constant back caps all the time, not checking water. But yeah. It was good. It was good.
Well, I mean, Se7en getting a lot of time there. Piscari going for the point. I mean, Drac as well. He's in and he's getting a lot of damage here on the blade. He's turned a lot of heads here from top 5 Rocket, but it's hard to say if Se7en will be able to do anything, as they did lose Drac and Piscari. So for now, they will just kind of hold here on the second point.
They're still good. I really hope that they're going to wait for those spawns and just push, because they've got time on it. So if any class is able to get on it now, the announcer isn't going to alert anyone. So it can be put even more pressure on it. But it was good. They literally just pressured the point, trying to get some cap on it, try and force out an Uber. And yeah, it's a good play. There's a spy from Blade though. This is actually going to be pretty decent, because at this moment, actually he's just checking. Never mind. He doesn't have the balls.
Yeah, a spy play. I mean, it's always risky to know if it'll work out. But I mean, quarterback, oh, he gets picked up there. He took down so weak, and he was basically at a spawn door. Got picked up by a stam rocket from quarterback, but it's hard to say if one soldier pick will be enough here for Se7en to take this in. But they are lingering around the shutter area. But Raymond is holding a little bit far back in this river area. But it looks like Drac wanted to go and get something, but he will get taken down. And I mean, is that Piscari on the point? Will get so much time, and it looks like Captain is trying to go in as well, and he might actually not get out here. I mean, he's taking so much damage, and he gets a fat pipe there from Namtak, and I mean, it's just 3 alive for Se7en, and they're just going to back all the way here to choke in their second point.
I don't know how they aren't seeing this when Drac goes in and the scout goes water, because I'm pretty sure Piscari's going first as well, so somebody must be watching and know that he's gone in. Umbrak swapped to vaccinate now, so it'd be interesting to see if Se7en know that this is going to happen, or if it might surprise them a bit. But there's an emergency sentry being built, which is only going to be level 1, but I'm pretty much going to expect that Neo is just going to swap out as soon as they push in. So she's doing actually a little bit of work. He does get taken out. The vaccinator's being popped. It's literally being tanked straight onto Blade. So he's resisting everything because he has his vaccinations.
Yeah, there's so many weak players on Se7en. I'm Cali picking up Neo though, and this, I mean, it could go either way, but like, there's so many weak players, and it's just Captain alive, and surely Medico will be able to pick up that frag. And wow, complete wipe there from Se7en. So top 5 Rocket can breathe out and take the second point, and maybe even bring this onto mid. But of course, Raymond and Halash will get these forward spawners, and I think the rest of their team will as well, so they might be up just in time to spam out this choke. But of course, Umbrak will have that big advantage.
They're actually running with Vaccinator still, so they're still going to have like a few bubbles for this, and it's going to be pretty decent for them to do it though. It gives them like the ability to just completely push like all the time, but if they don't get the medic, it's going to be really, really difficult.
Oh, but Piscari just completely totaling Medico there. I mean, top 5 Rocket try to get in, but they just lost too many players, and I mean, they can't really do anything at the moment. Piscari's still trying to pressure into this lobby area, but of course, Umbrak still running that vaccinator. I think Namtak going for some kind of play on a second, but gets completely cleaned up there from the scouts of Se7en, and isn't looking very good here for top 5 Rocket as Ali and Piscari want to bring this in. Raymond looking like he might just bring his team back at the moment. It looks like the Engineer and Heavy have been able to been brought in here for top 5 Rocket. Medico though going down, that's not good, as Ali picks up that sentry gun, and the Uber has come in. Corvac getting destroyed. Umbrak, I mean, he's healing his Heavy, he's trying to get something done. I mean, this Heavy is not doing enough work as he just gets picked up, and we'll just get that point and tie this game up.
I feel the problem there was that they remained on Vax. If they had just sort of gone out with and gone Uber, it's like slow down the game a bit. But again, the Vaccinator was just being used on Blade the whole time, so he was just literally tanking pretty much most of the hills. So this might be the collapse on this. They top 5 still keep on trying to go at it and don't really feel too down. Captain is the one that jumps up top right and just completely gets thwarted. I don't know where Korvac is. He's all the way behind on their second. He's going up for the choke now. He could actually do a lot of work. He's actually able to take out Drac, but Ali is 19 HP.
Yeah, they had a lot of weak players on Se7en, but top 5 Rocket, I mean, a little bit messy maybe, is they just couldn't really finish the frags as they all just get taken out. And I mean, it's just Neo up here trying to get the sentry gun up, but I mean, Se7en are just ready to go here. They want to get this third round. They will bring this into the shutter, so
I mean, it's going to be very, very difficult with this. I mean, yeah, Scully Wash can go straight to last, but Piscari does get taken out pretty much straight away. They still have a little bit left of the Uber. It's now out. Captain is weak and secret. There's not a lot happening. They can still turn it around the top 5, but everybody has to hit their shots. Blade is... Well, they still have heals on the side of Se7en, so this is literally just a moment where they're going to have to try and buy spawns for just one more second, and they're not able to do so.
That's a shame. I mean, it was looking like an okay defense, but of course, as I said, the heals of Raymond was able to secure that round, so looks like se7en have actually got a round up here. It's 3-2 as go to our 6th mid-fight war.
Yeah, it's they literally have to just completely dominate on the mids. If they get wiped, Blaze Gun Sniper, that's the perfect pit that you need.
Drak again though, he's coming in here up drop down behind Namtak, and he's still in elbow here. He gets a lot of damage onto this medic of Amrak. I mean, se7en are just going to look to get some damage in here, and Captain getting a spam rocket will pick up Amrak. Quarterback will fall as well, so, I mean, wow, another decent mid here from se7en.
Raymond is just like hitting arrows on Blade and actually forces him to leave.
Yeah, I mean, Mexico tried to go in for Raymond, but absolutely gets no damage, so Piscari will just take that frag. But yeah, like, this isn't looking too good here for top5rocket. I mean, Raymond will have this full Uber advantage, so surely they'll be able to bring this into their last point.
I feel like now, like, having some heavies being a little bit more aggressive to try and get the force out in lobby would be really, really good, but a lot of teams seem to be reluctant to do it. Like they seem to just go for the incredible defensive setup and just hope that they're able to get lucky. There is no vaccinator on top 5 either.
Yeah, they're just running that standard Uber charge. I mean, if Amrak gets a hero soul, he might be able to get the supercharge, but I mean, they seem to be doing it. I mean, this Blade Heavy is doing so much work.
He did a really good job on surfing. I think it was Captain's rocket. Like, he literally just gets popped up in the air, just floats to the other side, and yeah. So now they've got Thalish taken out as well. So that's the last person they had to worry about. So they know that everybody else is left in front. Again, I would like them to be poised a little bit more aggressively. They can start moving through choke pretty much now and just try and go through drop down. I mean, the problem is that se7en have been given the ability to set up a bit. And it looks like they are. It's just Neo, Medico, Namtak. Where's
Captain's behind on Umbrak though, and will he get the frag? It won't even actually. Umbrak will manage to pop that, but that is a little bit sloppy actually from top5rocket. I mean, they should have maybe been able to bring that Uber charge into mid without using it, as, I mean, Drak is the only one that goes down. Captain is behind, he will stay alive for now, but Raymond will have a little bit of an advantage. Hard to say if se7en will want to use this at all, but I mean, it looks like top5rocket just want to keep this going, as Raymond might get caught out here. Excellent surf onto the top levels here, as Medico making chase. I mean, might be able to get the rockets off right now, and it's hard to say. I mean, he's giving him the juice,
oh
but
my god,
Raymond, he's such a movement, he's so
7
weak.
HP.
That's unbelievable, but yeah, so I mean, the soldiers of top5rocket getting picked up, the positioning from top5rocket just isn't good. They're going to have to get out of mid at the moment.
It's just, that is heartbreaking, that really is. Oh my goodness. Yeah, the movement is just incredible. They don't have Uber, and they're holding really, really close, and se7en have used it. They're on 95%, and they are really, really lucky. That could have gone really, really bad, because they were holding so far forward. Raymond looks like he's about to get caught out as well, so this actually works in their favour. Ali's going to go up top and behind, just waste as much time as he possibly can, which doesn't work. Neo is already on mid. Drak is trying to go big door to get some more. Oh, wow.
Wow, well, it is just Piscari alive, so, I mean, they really should be able to get this mid and second. And they do have a little bit of an advantage to work off of. I mean, it's hard to say if top5 are aware of it, but it isn't that big of an advantage, so...
It's a fair one for Gullywash, but they really need to just sort of get moving. They really... Oh, wow. Never mind.
Yeah, well, I mean, I was going to say, I mean, there's 5 minutes left. I mean, they kind of have to use these advantages that they're given, as they don't really have a whole lot of time left. But Neo at the moment will get picked up. Namtak might get jumped here and choke, and he will, so it is just the soldiers alive along with Blade for top5rocket, and they're a bit out of position, holding quite weak, and this isn't looking good for top5rocket at the moment. Or
I could hear the collective sigh from everybody on top 5 when that happened. Like, I've been in those many situations many times when like the momentum's in your favour, the team's just done everything right, you're going to be able to go to their last soon, you have a full Uber advantage, and your medic just disappears. And it's just like, oh, that is so crucial. It's literally just changed the entire game now.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to say if top5rocket will be able to come back from that. I mean, it's looking pretty good right now. Raymond with that full Uber advantage. I mean, this could be a 4th round. Could go 2 rounds down. I mean, that is pretty debilitating in terms of the emotion of the team. But I mean, right now they're just going to bring the supercharge in, and they're getting a good amount of damage onto Neo, and he will actually get picked up. But they will just try and play this point. Drac doing actually a lot of the work here, drawing some players down. Piscari and the rest of se7en just kind of have top5rocket just on this point, and it's just the soldiers, and it doesn't look like they'll be able to do anything with Medico getting a nice drop down to Piscari, but it won't be enough. Surely, as quarterback, trying to do something, but will get picked up, so will be 4-2.
That's gonna. I mean, it's not over. There's still time, but Dalash is already in spawn checking for crits. They are running crits, so they already know that they're going to be up against crits on this mid. So it ruins it. Never mind.
I mean, crits to mid could be risky, like, but we'll have to see how it goes. I mean, this is looking good so far. As well, gets an early kill into Ali. Piscari is very weak as well, but it looks like that's Drac who wants to try and get in onto Umbrak. Fallen so weak and will get picked up. So, I mean, they still are running that crit streak, and se7en, of course, are aware of that. So, I mean, we'll have to see how top5rocket will be actually able to play this. It's really going to be able to get in here and take the second, but looks like se7en are kind of rotating up to this balcony area.
Yeah, Raymond is really, really far back. I mean, they could actually use it now, like that arc where Namtak is like so sick as a demo man, like if you get it. Like it's literally perfectly done, but they're just going to Uber out with them, and if they don't get any kills, if they're not able to kill Umbrak, this could go horribly wrong, but there's no soldiers to help him. They do pop the crits, it doesn't count as a drop, that's the most important thing.
Yeah, they just got stuffed into that corner, and yeah, I mean, Korvac might be able to pick up Raymond, but he's very weak, and it's like he's just in the middle of all of these se7en players.
Blade's also behind as well, so he's still got the opportunity to do a backup. The thing is, Captain spawned, so he's going to be able to block it if it's needed. I don't think they've got anybody that can really contest mid. Although Medico's trying, so there's still an opportunity, but Blade's started to cap it, and now he's just going behind. So he's going to try and sandwich. He's onto Raymond. Raymond is just dodging.
And Neo's onto him as well. Raymond is somehow
goodness.
alive. Captain gets killed by a huge airshot from Namtak. This is unbelievable. Raymond just stays alive in the weirdest situations, but as I say that, Medico comes up and gets 3 frags.
What a shitter.
I mean, he's been alive for so long, you gotta hand it to him, but Medico finally getting in there and getting 3 frags there, so I mean, this is a good opportunity here for top5rocket, but they gotta go fast. I mean, there's 2 minutes left. They do have an Uber advantage. Drac going down as well, so they will be able to get the second point and maybe get in here. I mean, the Lash is in this forward spawn. He might go for a hero shot onto Umbrak, who is picking.
Again, I'll cry.
I mean, he's looking like he wants to peek right now, but I think he's in a. I mean, he's on this door area, so
yeah. They need to just push now. Like they need to really go. There's still enough time if they cap it like within a minute. Dalash is like weak almost straight away, so that's the pyro taken out of the game. So this is actually looking really, really good. They just need to take out the sentry on the left because it's doing so much damage onto Neo. It does actually take him out. There's 2 players left in water, so it's Ali and Drac that they really need to draw their attention to. Ali is still completely full. He does get taken out, so it's 3v3. They have heals.
There's lots of good damage, but they just get picked up, and Umbrak is the only one alive. I mean, it was pretty good, and it was a close push for top5rocket, but se7en were able to kind of just avoid all the damage by just kind of standing behind the point, really. And I mean, do you think that's it for top5rocket? I mean, 50 seconds left.
Yeah, so there's no way they can come back and undo this anymore. They don't have TC and Bite on their team. But yeah, it was a good attempt, and it was really good. That pick on Umbrak when they had like a good advantage, and they were going to go through cap second to go to last was just, yeah, that was literally the game killing thing. Well, game winning, I would say, because I think it was going to be a struggle for se7en. I mean, they definitely showed that they're not invincible, so they have sort of, you know, shown that, you know, they can be defeated. It's just one unfortunate play though is what completely turns it around.
Yeah, I mean, at least on the bright side, I think that might be the best result any team has gotten against se7en so far this season. So, I mean, top5rocket, they had it. I mean, it was close for a while. They definitely had opportunities to take that game, but yeah, se7en were able to come out on top.
Yeah, that's. Yeah, it's like this is it. This is the game. It's over and it's done. But you know, they did well anyway. There's still playoffs. Like top 5 are in playoffs.
Yeah.
As well, so it's not over, and they can still have another go at them. But yeah, on the logs, there's it's a heavy death count from both soldiers on 7. But having said that, Captain's still putting out like 28 frags, despite, I would say, the amount of times that he sort of died. It seems like in maybe the first the 20 minutes of the map, he was like dying a lot, and both soldiers were. They were both sort of being very, very aggressive and dying alone and not really doing anything together or coordinating. The thing is, though, that the scouts from 7 were just, they were pounding them really, really hard. It was really well done from both of them. They were doing a good job of keeping Raymond alive, even though he died more than Umbrak. But just having those two up like regularly was causing a problem. Like I think that the scoreline, and it is a chance that it could have possibly even gone top 5's way, just because of how like strong both of those scouts were. They were literally stopping like so much forward aggression and momentum from top 5. Ali as well was doing a really good job of just sort of buffering them back. They were on the back foot like a crazy amount, like a lot more than I would imagine they've ever been used to this season, because even though they were winning and they were like in the score lead for a good amount of time, they were still like being pinned back quite heavily. I mean, I think it was literally on that drop, killing Umbrak, that literally just turned it all on its head, because everything leading up to that, they were really, really pinned up against it. So yeah, they did well, and they shouldn't be sad, but 7 to 7. They're gonna just completely go down to town on these guys when they get the slightest advantage.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, do you think honestly, Viaduct, dare I mention it, super fast game. It wasn't looking good for top 5 Rocket, but I mean, they played well coming into Gully Wash. I mean, they tied it up after 3 minutes, and then they took the lead, actually. So, I mean, I always find it impressive when teams are able to do that.
Yeah, I think it's just because, though, Viaduct is such like as we were saying, it's very, very fast-paced, and it really does give people give teams the opportunity to completely shut down and stop any aggression with obviously forward holds and just really and really good positioning, like we saw loads and loads and loads of times. But on Gully Wash, it can be the same, because you can just literally win mid, push last. The thing is, it's like you get a second chance, you get like an opportunity to just defend and just push back out. So yeah, there really isn't sort of like a huge comparison, but I feel like it kind of goes to show how dominant and how good 7 are, especially on Viaduct with their coordination. It's just that Gully Wash just gives teams a second opportunity to make something happen.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I wouldn't say this is like this sort of occasion. I mean, top 5 definitely sort of were in a dominant position through a good section of the map, and they did really well to get in those positions anyway.
Yeah, but I think I mean, it was an entertaining map, certainly. It was good to see some team give 7 a run for their money, and I mean, it was close for a very long time, but yeah, all in all, a pretty exciting game.
Yeah,
well, I should say Gully Wash at least.
Yeah, it was it was really good. Viaduct, obviously, a bit sad, but we were treated for a decent second game with lots of pushing.
Yeah, a bit of a oddity in TF2 War.
Yeah, it is. It's nice to see that people can be aggressive. They just need to have the heart and try. No one from 7's here for interviews, but we do have losers, which isn't really the best thing, I feel. Let's interview the loser. How are you feeling on Brack losing?
I like a loser. I'm such a loser.
Those are wise words. How do you feel from obviously Viaduct, what were your thoughts going into like this game? Were you thinking that Viaduct would be a little bit closer, or what are your thoughts from both maps? Do you think you could have done better, or did it sort of go as expected?
I was expected to do a lot worse, especially on WARHURYEAH. Viaduct, we were okay, maybe we can do something. We had decent PCWs. I mean, we lost all of them versus 7, of course, but we had some decent plays, being aggressive and stuff, and I feel like we couldn't show what we are capable of on Viaduct. I think we just got out-DM'd right at the start, and we can rebound from this. We tried different stuff like sniper and crits, but yeah, I don't know. I think they are so dominant. Ali, I think, had a great game. If I remember, I haven't seen the logs, but I bet at least 400 DPM or something like that. He had a really good game, shutting us down. So our fights were always at disadvantage because we had took so much damage before engaging in Uber. So yeah, I think there's not much we could have done more tonight on Viaduct.
But I'd like to ask, after that Viaduct, that loss on Viaduct, what were you expecting going into WARHURYEAH? Are you surprised by the scoreline, or, I mean, do you think you're an emotional team, or were you able to just keep focused on WARHURYEAH?
Surprisingly, we did well. Like when we played 7 boss twice this week, and we got okay results on Viaduct, and then got steamrolled 5-0 both times. We played WARHURYEAH like in 10 minutes or stuff like that. So I was like, okay, we got owned on Viaduct. I'm not expecting much from WARHURYEAH. We just get raped, and not winning any mid, and just okay, it's gonna be over soon. We can double mix after this and stuff. But I was a bit down, but I feel like the team reacted okay. They all were cheerful and humble, and say we had some hope. We didn't come to the game like, okay, we're gonna own them, we're gonna win, we're gonna show people we're like best team and stuff, 5 above 7, stuff like that. But maybe that's why we rebound properly on WARHURYEAH.
I think either way you are in the playoffs now, so well, yeah, you're going to be in the playoffs. There's nothing, I believe, that can be done to stop that from happening unless you lose against the easy teams. Because I believe you've gotten some of your the hardest teams out of the way. They're still low Panda, but we've got Nunya.
Well, we're the first team after Nunya to take a round from 7, so
Yeah, true, actually. So yeah, you never know. Nunya might actually surprise you guys, but I doubt it. So yeah, do you feel like, considering that you had a decent WARHURYEAH performance, do you think that this is going to be something that you can like work on and improve a lot more on, and maybe even beat them in total?
You mean versus 7 again?
Yeah.
I don't think so. We're not thinking about playoffs yet. We still have 2 games to play, and honestly, we don't want to be like 4th or 3rd. We want to be 2nd. So we still have two games to win, and then we can focus on playoffs and map picks, see what maps we're good on and what maps we're awful. So I don't know. We still have to practice good. Obviously, our mid were dreadful. I feel like sometimes we lost middle before even coming to mid, and it's not really good. So yeah, it's not about 7 anymore. The game is over now. We have to beat Nunya. We have to beat Lopender, who I think we're gonna give us a hell of a game. Like I'm expecting weird plays from Monkey and stuff. So we'll see about 7 when we are playing them again. But now it's more about like the other team.
Nice. I have no more questions, and no one from 7's here. So, do you have any shout outs on Brack?
Shout outs to backup.tf because I did one. Shout out to my team. Shout out to Nunya for lending me that strength. Shout out to you guys for casting and to you guys who watched the game.
Do you have any Frysk?
I'm gonna shout out my boy Guraz. Shout out to you, War. Thank you for casting with me. Shout out to you, Amrak, especially that back app you got as medic. That was pretty incredible. But yeah, shout out to everybody at Team Fortress TV, and shout out to our viewers.
Yeah, thanks Gemm for producing, even though you're probably bad at it anyway. We're just waiting for David the Win to make a comeback and finally save us from this awful guy who doesn't even count me in during intros. So it's like, what can I do here? I'm trying my best. Visit WARHURYEAH.gg. That's it. Thank you everybody for watching. We'll see you next time. Sweet dreams, everyone.